I'm ready. Good afternoon. My name is Bruce Cook, for those of you who don't know me. And today, I'm going to present a few things to you. First of all, I want to know is who'd like to be my neighbor? And that's not really my yard sign. That's a myth. Today I'm going to talk about myths that have to do with gun control. I'm going to talk about 3 myths that are very common. First one is that the Second Amendment is about the National Guard having guns. The second is that gun control creates lower crime rates. And the third is that the police will protect us, just call 911. So with that, in a 6 to 7 minute time frame, I'm going to get right to it. The Second Amendment, it's about National Guard. That's the myth. The reality is that the militia is every one of you, almost. There's a few definitions. Today's modern reality is it's all of us. I will show you the law and the definitions in a bit. The Second Amendment is the security of unregulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The myth comes up because they want to talk about well-regulated militia and say what that is. George Washington, founding father, I'm going to tell you about 3 of them. He said free people ought to be armed. Adams, another founding father, he said the militia is composed of free citizens. And finally, George Mason, another founding father, who are the militia? They consist now of the whole people, except for a few public officers. And that's our founding fathers, but that was a long time ago, 200 and something years. What is the law today, and how do we deal with it today? Oh, that didn't work very well. On the bottom there, you'll see the definition of the unorganized militia. The unorganized militia is all of us, with a few exceptions. It's got some age ranges and things. The next to the bottom one is the organized militia is our National Guard. The myth addresses that just the National Guard. It's actually all of us. That's Title 10, United States Code, Chapter 13, as of January 5th, 2009. So that is our current federal law. The militia is supposed to be well regulated, they say, so gun regulations are constitutional. That's the other part of the myth. And actually, in the 1700s, well regulated meant that something worked well, either a clock or a digestive system. If they said, oh, he's well regulated, that meant that his body was functioning properly. So the terminology has changed, and nowadays they want to say that that's gun control, and it's not really true. The next myth that I'm going to cover is that countries that have strict gun control have lower crime rates, and that gun control is the reason for that. Now, I'm not trying to persuade you today. I'm not going to tell you that gun control does or doesn't, but I'm going to show you the facts of the countries that do have strict gun control, what they have. Australia's first. 4.1% of their citizens are violently assaulted every year. And they have a complete handgun control and complete gun bans, with the exception of out in the outback, professionals are allowed to have guns. Britain, they have banned weapons since 1997. 3.6% of their citizens are violently assaulted. And we're only talking violence here. Violently assaulted every year. Canada, complete firearms registration, that's a big thing that they try to do with us. And they still have 3.4% violently assaulted. So 3.4 of every 100 citizens. The Swiss are a unique group. They have 740,000 military assault rifles in their homes, in their private homes. 420,000 of those are fully automatic. They belong to the people that are in the reserves. That is their military. They do not have a standing army. The others are semi-automatics that are owned by people who used to be in the reserves. And basically every home has an assault rifle by our definition. In the United States, we have more guns than anybody else. We only have 1.8%. So the facts don't seem to bear out the myth. And that's all I'm trying to point out to you. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is that the police are here to protect us. And that we don't need guns because all we have to do is call 911. And they're nice guys, they want to protect us, but I'm going to show you the reality is that they don't have any obligation. They're going to secure the perimeter, and they're going to wait while we're in here. Let's say it's a school and there's an active shooter. They're going to secure the perimeter and wait for us. And there's not enough of them. There's 800,000 total officers in the United States in 2006. It's hard to get data that's exactly up to date this year. So 2006 is the best of the year we can get. Out of those, we have to take out all of the people who do not actually patrol the streets. There's supervisors, there's federal agents that don't have anything to do with patrolling. There's 120,000 federal officers, 93,000 supervisors, 106,000 detectives, 8,000 fish and game wardens, and 5,600 transit and railroad police. When we get done with that, we have 467,400 police officers that are actually patrol officers. Now we have to do some human resources math, because those officers aren't on the road every day, 24 hours a day. They have to take 2 days off, it's general. They have to have sick call, vacation, training. When we do the human resources math, we come up with one officer for every 3,186 of us. There is no way they can possibly protect us. They respond and they take a report. So in conclusion, I've talked to you about the Second Amendment myth that is about the militia. It's not. I've shown you the law. It shows that we are the militia. Oops, hit the wrong button. I've talked to you about the gun crime being higher or lower because of gun control. The statistics don't show it. And I've talked to you about the police not having enough people to get there. So it doesn't matter which side of the issue you're on. I just want you to know that everything here is not the truth. And so that you need to know the facts. And this is not the only issue where you're going to see myths. Thank you.